Hi, beautiful, soulful community. I hope that your day is a good one. I want to take a moment and really thank you for having filled out, having replied back to the email, for those of you who have replied back with regards to the survey that I'm doing. And this will really help me to put the finishing touches on a program that I'm launching out. And I'm really glad that I did this because it really comes back to what is so very basic. And I want to just go over what came up and also possibly give you a tip on how to move forward. So out of the survey, what really came up was that a lot of you are feeling a deep nervous tension inside, some sort of a fear or a disconnect, and this is really impacting your issues regarding your self-confidence. And self-confidence not at the psychological level where I am capable, and this is really when you do something new, you just lean on a strength that you have and know that you're capable and give yourself a learning curve. The self-confidence that I'm referring to is at a deeper level where you know that you can resolve your own suffering regardless of what you live, with who you live, and where you live. This is that deeper tension that is getting the best of you, and this is what needs to be resolved. So I really understand this because I myself had a very difficult childhood, and I grew up with an insecurity complex. Yes, a complex. That's a very deep tension and a nervousness that was always there until I surrendered in a very difficult moment to something bigger than me, and I was immersed in a state of grace that lasted 2 complete months. And I made it a mission to have grace at the snap of my fingers, and I can tell you today, mission accomplished. So I didn't accomplish this overnight. I did 8 years of regular conventional psychological therapy, and at the end of those 5 years, well, I knew that I hit a wall because I stayed in the ego mind and the conditioned mind. So this is the mental and the visceral survival emotions, because it was draining me. It was not getting me to that graceful space in my heart. So I did find a beautiful woman who had been doing conventional psychological, big words, conventional psychological healing. And after 40 years of being in business and doing this and helping others, there was something missing for her clients. And so she was inspired to create a process that really integrated the intelligence of the heart. And with her, I was able to get back to that space of grace. And I've created a Connect formula that really helps people to dissolve that deeper tension, so that nervousness and that disconnect, so you can have peace of mind and grace in your heart. And it will ask you to do the work for this, but it's all worth it. And if you're highly sensitive, it really is worth it, because what you live inside is really intense, and I get that. It's not written on our forehead that we are highly sensitive. But when we know what works, we can resolve this disconnect for life. So when this problem is not resolved, this is what really came out. There's a part of you that feels that you're missing out on something. There's a missing key, a missing piece to the puzzle, although you might not feel like you're missing out on anything, but deep down inside you know that you're missing out on something specific, and you don't know what, can't put the finger on it. Now, the other struggle is with worthiness and wanting to have more confidence. Self-doubt sets in, and you sort of ask yourself if you're worthy of having self-confidence. And yes, you are worthy. And there's a difference between your self-value, your self-worth, your worthiness and feeling worthy. There really is. And you can get to that deeper self-confidence that you are worthy of having what you want. So it's getting out of that space of not being enough, not doing enough, and not having enough. And this is because something impacted your worth and your self-value. And its root is in your childhood. Because 90% of what we live as adults has its root in our childhood. And we need help to get out of this. I really did. And now I offer this to other people. And the results people get, they're good and they're fast and they're quick. It doesn't need to take 8 years and 10 years and 15 years. No, 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 no. Absolutely not. So what else gets impacted with this problem of that deeper tension or disconnect is money problems. Money problems in the sense that you keep wanting to get out of debt, but you don't know how. You keep getting into debt, or maybe it feels like money is not accessible, or you don't make enough, or your basic needs are essentially covered, but you don't know how much more is a good thing. How much more money should I have? And generating consistent income seems to be difficult for some of you. And this tells me that something in the past needs to be forgiven when something is blocking your flow. And so what I wanted to tell you is that it is really important to be connected to your physical sensations, to the intelligence of your body, to then be connected in your mind and your thoughts, your emotions, what's being triggered. What is the story that is there that needs to be outgrown? And then take it to heart by being present in your heart with the intelligence of your heart and be soulfully inspired to take that next best step. So it's all of this put together makes you live wholeheartedly and value your life, who you are, and knowing that you are worthy of having what you want, that you are enough, that you do enough, and that you have enough, and that you can have happiness and feel safe. So if you want to find out more about this, send me reply to this email, or if you're in my Facebook group, connect with me there. You'll find the links below this email here. I want to interact more with my soulful community because I'm here to be of help and of service to you and give you tips and resources to just lift you up and get to that space where I know that you can be. All right? I look forward to connecting with you soon.